What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of House Flipper. As always, if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we finished up our new house/office. I really do think this is one of my more favorite properties that we've completed. But today, of course, we now have to turn our attention back to the clients. So we're going to take a look at our little laptop here, and I've already got a house in mind that I would like to flip. However, the big difference with this house is I'm not going to take a former warehouse and turn that into a house. That just seems kind of weird to me. Plus, we've kind of done that in the past many times. So what I would like to try to do today instead is take a former warehouse and turn it into a restaurant. No idea how this is going to go, but we're going to get things kicked off by purchasing this old port warehouse property for just under $100,000. Also, little side note here, we're getting new windows installed, so if you hear some loud noises or some dogs barking, that's all that is. Also, they're like 2 floors above me, so I doubt we're gonna hear anything from them. However, let's take a peek around this place, and we'll see what's new. We've done this house, obviously. We had to do the job for this property, and it looks about the same as it did before. There's just a lot of junk everywhere, so of course we're gonna have to go through and clean all of this stuff up. Still have this sort of like pillar stuff going on back in there. Still have a garage door as well. Kind of forgot about the garage door, actually. And now that we're gonna like create a restaurant from this property, I think the best thing to do with that door is probably make that like the delivery area, like the shipping and receiving area for the restaurant, you know, getting their food and whatnot. But let's go upstairs and we'll see what's happening up here. Oh, dude, this is like the same staircase that we have in our new office/house. That's pretty cool. All right, it's got a bunch of dirty windows in here too. I don't really remember all the dirty windows. Kind of looks like they're the same sort of style and everything that they were when we played through the job. Oh, and then they have their little poker table up here, or card game table. I'm not gonna say which card game it is for sure. Nice little balcony out here at the front. And then I think this was, God, I can't remember now. The property was owned by someone, and I think they were using this for like a business front, if I remember correctly. So this must have been their break room, and then this would have been their bathroom at one point in time. Dude, they broke the urinal. Why you gotta do that, dude? And then back over here was probably like the boss's office or something along those lines. But a fantastic view of the canal back here, dude. I'm pretty excited. I think this is gonna work really well for a restaurant. So what I would like to hopefully do eventually, I'm not gonna get all this done today, but I think back here in the backyard would be a fantastic spot to put like a back patio area, like an outdoor seating area. And then up here will probably be some more seating, I would think, just like upstairs seating. Out in this main area, probably some more seating. So we pretty much only have the garage space for the shipping and receiving area, and then just a little bit more room back in here. This will probably be like the kitchen, the prep area. But that about does it, dude. I mean, everything else is just going to be seating for the most part, which is kind of making our lives a little bit easier, I'll be honest. So what we need to do now is just go through and get everything cleaned up. We'll, of course, go through, pick up all the trash, and then after we're finished with that, I'll also go through and clean up all the dirt and stains and cobwebs and any other sort of dust and debris that would be strung around this property. So I will see you guys here in just a few minutes.
A few moments later.
All right, now that we've gone through and cleaned out all the trash that was in here, cleaned up all the floors, the ceilings, the walls, I mean, there was a lot of graffiti everywhere. There was a lot of just gross, nasty, like stains and stuff on the ceiling. It's pretty disgusting. So what we need to do next is go ahead and replace this fuse, trip the breaker back again, and now we're just gonna straight up sell it. Why did we do that? Because it doesn't do us any good to leave it there, honestly. And they're super ugly. Like, if you could clean up the case of the fuse box, I feel like, you know, maybe we would leave them in the properties. But now, thanks to one of you, I now know that you can actually just sell those things. So next on the list of things to do is actually gonna go around and clean the windows. However, here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. Check this out. When you go up to clean a window, you have to do them one by one. Okay? So I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of windows in this place, and they're all very, very dirty. I'm more so tempted to just delete them and place new ones in the exact same location, just so I don't have to take the time to go through and clean each individual window. Granted, it's a fairly fast process. I don't know, man. I'm not into it. Not super into it. So I'm going to start by just selling one of them, and then we're going to go through and just kind of replace them as we go down the line. You know, I do find it kind of ironic that here we are in a virtual house flipping simulation type thing, replacing windows when there are actual workers in my house currently replacing my actual windows. It's kind of funny how these things work. It really is. So I just deleted these windows and I don't remember where they were specifically. Something like that, I'm pretty sure. God, I just deleted those and I already don't remember. So what I've been doing with these other ones is basically getting rid of the one on the far side over here and then the one on the far side over here. That way, when we add these new ones in, we can just sort of delete those center ones. And then, here, I can't even talk. I can't even talk while I'm doing this. Oh, I didn't do the right thing. Hang on, that's not the right window at all. These are not correct. You can see the handle color here was white. We don't want that. We want the black one. And then black wood, we actually just want black. No wood, kind of more of a metal window, I guess you could say. So anyways, wow, okay, there's the hammering. You guys can probably only hear it while I'm speaking. Hopefully you can't hear it at all, because it is quite loud, I'll be honest. But if we get rid of these ones on the side, you can see now if we just sell these ones in the center, we know exactly where they need to go, and there's no guesswork. Takes out the guesswork, which is pretty nice. Oh, and there's a saw. There's a saw now, dude. What are they sawing? No, I'm not even gonna ask any questions. I don't want to know. I don't even want to know. Excuse me. Hello? This is not good. This is definitely not good. I might have to, like, vacate the premises and come back. I was just trying to install this window, and it didn't, like, auto-equip the sledgehammer. I guess, can I just equip the... Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. We're good. Everything is fine, you guys. Okay, and here are the final two windows going in right. Meow. Also want to wish you guys a very happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to all of you. Just a few more days until the weekend. I think we can hang in there. I really do. Now, we have all the windows complete, I believe. Let me just make sure there aren't any other hidden ones up here on the second floor. Looks like we are all good. So, we're going to go downstairs now. And I think, you know what? I should probably just mow the lawn. But first I'm going to fix these pavers, just so that when we are doing the weed whacking and mowing and stuff, these aren't going to get in the way at all. So this side isn't going to line up perfectly, just because over here, these were already placed. So what we really need to make sure we not do is remove this paver in particular, because you can see it's like clipping underneath this brick pillar right there, which is something we cannot physically do. Like there is no way for us to do that. If I try to just scoot this thing over, you can see it's not going to work. So the spacing is a bit off on this side, but I think we can just sort of ignore that. And actually, it might even look better if we just get rid of this little sliver right there altogether. But for right now, we're going to leave it and turn our attention to the lawn. I did already go through and picked up pulled all of the weeds in the yard. So that is all taken care of. Let's go ahead and sell this random toilet that's just chilling in the front of the property, and we'll get after it, dude. Oh no, hang on, there's a moly. We just gotta dig a few little oh, hello, buddy. A few little piles of dirt here, and hopefully he does not return. They're kind of annoying, I'll be honest. There is a way to disable them, I don't do it. And actually, while I'm mowing, I know a lot of people have been asking, you know, what do I think about House Flipper 2 now just recently being announced? And I gotta say, I am excited for it, but I want to make sure that the devs take their time and, you know, think things through, because there are a lot of issues, I would say, with House Flipper 1, the one that we're currently playing, and I just want them to hopefully address those things. But I saw I think it was an interview, I don't remember the source on this, so definitely don't quote me on it, but I saw that they had been interviewed about House Flipper 2 like the same day that they had announced it, and basically the devs were saying like, you know, we realize that there are a lot of issues in House Flipper 1, and they definitely want to try to address those things for House Flipper 2. However, the main reason that they're doing House Flipper 2, again, don't quote me on this, was just because the way that they've built this initial game, there's only so much that they can do. Like I don't know game development at all, but basically there's something in the code that's going to prohibit them from, you know, doing all these fancy pants updates and things. But we're still going to receive stuff like the Pets DLC and what was the other one? Oh god, I can't even remember, dude. Farm Flipper. My god, that one I'm really, really excited for. But yeah, dude, that's all I know. So, like I said, I'm excited for it. I just hope that they take their time and they address all these issues and stuff that House Flipper 1 has had. But apart from that, I'm pretty stoked, to say the least. All right, we are done with the lawnmower. Now all we have to do is just stare very intently at the mini-map, and we'll go through with our weed whacker, make sure we get all of these little tiny spots sort of around the edge of the property, and then around the edge of the building as well. Alrighty, dude, the lawn is looking so much better now. Definitely think that that helps out the overall look of all the properties. So this sign here, you can see it used to say Furniture Warehouse, I think. Christopher Gray, maybe? It's really hard to make out. It's an old rusty crusty sign. Rather than selling this, I actually think I want to keep it for a little interior decor. And you know what? We'll just put it right above the door for the time being. Hopefully I don't forget to relocate that. And actually that might not be a terrible spot for it to just live indefinitely. Next thing we're gonna do is get rid of that front door and replace it with something similar, but something that definitely looks a little bit more like a restaurant front door. Or we can just replace it with the exact same thing, but just in a different color. I think I like the look of this, so you know what? We'll just go with that. And it kind of matches all the windows and stuff that we've had in here already, as well as, you know, what do we do about the garage door? Do we have a garage door, come to think of it? Let's just type garage. Oh no. Okay, so if we were to get rid of this garage door, I'm gonna keep it, obviously, but if we were to get rid of it, I'm pretty certain that there's no way for us to add a replacement garage door in there. Unless I just am not typing the right thing in the store. I'm pretty sure I am. Anyways, we have a down door back here. The glass is all smashed out in it. We're definitely not going to be able to use that thing. So we're just going to match the exact same thing that they had upstairs now down here as well. Check it out, dude. Check it out as the hammering in the background intensifies. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear that. I'm seriously so sorry, but the show must go on, quite literally. Now, what I want to do next is actually head upstairs because there's a lot of junk up here that we're definitely not going to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell all of it. Even like light switches, outlets, I mean the whole nine. All of that stuff's going to have to get replaced with something that looks a bit fancier, a bit more restaurant-esque. Bathroom, we're going to sell the sink. Again, all the outlets, all the installations, everything must go here because I have no idea. Oh, you know what else I didn't even think about? Where are we going to put the bathrooms? Restaurants always have a bathroom, except when they don't. And I don't eat at those restaurants because you gotta have a bathroom, right? You gotta be able to do your business. I think it would be a little bit awkward if we had a bathroom upstairs. Oh, forgot an installation. There we go. Easy fix. But I think it'd be a little awkward if we had the bathroom upstairs. So we might have to try to incorporate a both men's and women's restroom down here on the main floor. Having said that, though, that's going to kind of ruin our plans for the shipping and receiving area, I think. Now, I need to smash out these few lintels here. And we're going to bring out a large wall all the way until the garage door stops. So right about here, I think this will be the last one. I'm gonna go ahead and place a big old wall right here, and then we'll just sort of fill the gap. So we've got 2 shelves here. I think I'm gonna smash out the next few lintels as well, just so we can have, you know, equal spacing to put these shelves here. And they'll kind of be recessed into the wall a little bit. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So we're gonna do a full-size wall there, and then start bringing this back in. And then probably around here somewhere is where we'll have that that doorway leading into the shipping and receiving area. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lintels are kind of difficult to place sometimes, and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps right there. So there we go. We now have a very, very nice looking shipping and receiving area. So with that done, now we can kind of figure out how we want to do this kitchen. Dude, this is going to be very, very weird. I mean, very weird. We could potentially bring out the walls a bit more as well. Let's actually smash out all of these lintels and these other brick pillars that they have over here, just so we can see, you know, what it's really gonna look like. Yeah, even after removing all the interior walls down in this area, I just don't think we're gonna be able to squeeze both a men's and a women's restroom down here on the main floor. So having said that, we're gonna move upstairs, and we'll probably just have to smash out a few of these walls so we can also kind of figure out a better configuration here. Oakley dokley, demolition now complete, dude. I don't think we're gonna be able to put restrooms up against this sort of doorway leading out to the balcony. I think that needs to remain open so that guests or customers rather could be able to go out and have some seating out here as well. Dude, there's gonna be seating everywhere. It's actually gonna be kind of ridiculous. So what I think we need to do then in that case is basically just create a doorway right about here. That way people can pass through into this door or in through this door and out onto the balcony. Then we can kind of create another wall maybe right at this line in the concrete, and this area will be where we'll actually have the both men's and women's restrooms. So I'm going to start on this little wall here. We'll create our doorway, and we can go from there. I've got the doorway framed out here to the right. I think that's going to work out pretty well, but now we need to figure out where we actually want the entrance to these 2 bathrooms to be. I don't really want to have it... Oh, and now the vacuum's going off. Dude, what is this? There's just constant loud noises around me today. Unfreaking real. Okay, anyways, we're gonna keep pressing on. What we need to do next is figure out the doorways, or where we want the doors to be for these bathrooms. I really don't want them to be in a like hall over here, because this wall is basically gonna keep coming out until we have enough space to, you know, put that bathroom. And actually, I might even just temporarily place a wall right here. This will kind of be another corner pocket right there. That may actually be the full extension of the bathrooms. I'm not quite sure yet, but for right now, let's come back over here and we'll just figure out this spacing. So if I wanted to have another wall here, we'd do 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. Perfect. Ooh, I like this. Actually, I really, really like that. So that's going to give us a doorway here for a women's restroom or a men's restroom, and then a doorway here for, again, men's or women's. Not sure just yet. Actually, what's more typical? Do we have the women's on the left and the men's on the right, or vice versa? I'm trying to remember now all the restaurants I've gone to, how they're oriented. Not that it really matters, of course, but I just want to try to make it as true to life as possible. I'm thinking women's restrooms are usually on the left, from what I remember, and then men's are typically on the right. Well, that's not true, because that the restaurant we went to literally last night was flip-flop. So it probably doesn't matter, but we'll likely do women's and then men's over here. So how much space do we actually have inside these restrooms? Do we like try to configure stalls first, I think, and then try to go from there? I mean, this basically has to get split down the center, and I'm kind of struggling trying to just remind myself that we're not going to need a shower. We're not going to need a bathtub in these bathrooms. They're essentially going to be a half bath, just having a sink and a toilet. We'll, of course, do a urinal as well in the men's restroom. We might as well, right? We've never actually done one of those before, And then over here, we'll probably just do... Well, we won't even need a stall, will we? Because if we're only going to do like one toilet per bathroom here, it would just... Okay, I'm confusing myself already. Let's hop over to installations, and I'm going to do a sink right at the entrance, or just past the entrance to this bathroom. So we'll grab a sink plumbing. We'll do that somewhere around there, probably okay. And then we'll do the exact same thing, but kind of mirrored. So rather than having it on this wall, we'll do it over here on this wall. Perfect. And now for our urinal plumbing, I'll just do that right here. And then we just need our toilet plumbing. Of course, we can't just add urinals in the men's restroom alone without having a toilet as well, because what happens when you have to make a caca? You're not gonna go in the urinal. Of course, I have been in plenty of bathrooms in gas stations and whatnot where people have definitely done a number 2 in the urinal, and it is just so disgusting. How can you do that? How can you live with yourself knowing that you just done that? Maybe they were like super drunk or something. I don't know. I have no idea how people, you know, can do stuff like that, dude. So bizarre. Okay, over here, we're gonna do probably just one toilet as well. Okay, so this is gonna remain just a doorway. We'll actually add in a door frame in there just so we can make sure we don't try to add a door there later on. Then I'm actually kind of having a difficult time deciding which interior door I want to go with. We'll probably use the ones that say bathroom. I'm not really sure what the holes at the bottom of the door have to do with anything. I guess that just makes it a bathroom door, right? So we're gonna do these in white, I think. We'll of course get rid of that that window up at the top. It's not a good look. And now before you guys say anything, I realize that these doors aren't the same, if you know what I'm saying. Like, this one's kind of set in a little bit further than this one. That's just the way that the doors are. I'm only doing that so that they open a specific direction. Up against this wall for this one, because over here we're going to have the sink, and then up against this wall for this one, because right here we're going to have the sink. Now, over in the women's restroom, I actually didn't go ahead and place the toilet installation, because I wanted to actually do the suspended toilet plumbing system up on this back wall right here. And then typically in the women's restroom is the spot that they'll have like the baby changing station and stuff. So I'm gonna try to find something similar. Obviously they don't actually have a baby changing station, so I think I'll be able to come up with something that'll look fairly good anyways. If not, we can just use like a shelf or something and call it a day. But for right now, I think both bathrooms are looking good. We're at least figuring out the blueprint, the floor plan of the restaurant, and so far so good. So over here, this is all going to be just upstairs seating as well. This will probably be configured in like a private room type thing, I would think, just because, I mean, how many tables can we actually fit up here otherwise? Maybe 3 comfortably, I would think, but let's head back downstairs and we'll see what else we can do here. So now we have to start working on the kitchen, which I don't know what I want to do for this either, dude. There's just so many things to decide. We'll kind of create 2 like faux pillars, I guess you could call these things, right around this area. So we'll do, I guess, 3 faux pillars. I think the spacing is okay. There's no shot I got that perfectly. God, dude, I really need like a measuring tape or something. Since we don't, I'm just gonna go ahead and count this all out with lintels. So there's 4 right there, going to that center one. So we'll do 4 over here and we'll see how much we have left. This side over here is 1 square foot wider than the side on the right. So what I'm gonna do instead of doing 3 faux pillars is we're gonna kind of pretend that this corner pocket area is the pillar. That way we'll have equal spacing in between all these things. So then if we just finish out the lintels, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Stand back a little bit. There we go. That is it. That is all she wrote. Now what I wanted to do though was actually recess the lintels a little bit, if at all possible. That way we can sort of create a little bit more depth with these pillars. So we're gonna thicken these boys up, thick with 2 C's. And then over here, I can't really do that because of the door. So we'll leave that one. That one, don't worry about it, okay? Don't even pay any attention to it. But this one is already technically thickened because it's incorporated in this other wall here. So I don't think we have to do anything there either. But let's go ahead and knock out the lintels that we just placed, I know, and we'll kind of just bring them back 1 square foot. And there we go. Now you can really see what I was talking about, having that lintel kind of recessed back behind those faux pillars that we created. But now I gotta decide on what I want to do for the walls in here. Do we leave the brick? I kind of like the original brick, and I'm not just saying that because, you know, if we wanted to change it, we'd have to go through and get rid of all the brick. I genuinely really like this brick, so hopefully we can find a good match in the store with any luck, and then we can finish up those pillars. It kind of looks like this Stella brick. Oh yeah, dude, perfect match. Okay, all we have to do is get these things tiled up, and then in between these 2 pillars, I do think I'm going to leave that as a drywall. I see no need to make that brick as well. That's just going to be too much. And I've decided to get rid of this thing over here. It just looks so weird, dude. It doesn't make much sense at all. It's going to look kind of weird because this pillar, if you want to call that a pillar, I guess, it's not intentionally a pillar. That's just kind of the way that the exterior walls are constructed. But it's going to look kind of weird because it's a little bit offset compared to these other ones. But what I want to do is actually knock out this 1 lintel. Obviously, we took out 1 square foot from over here, so we have to kind of bring everything over 1 square foot. So we're going to knock that lintel out there, and we're going to start by placing 2 full-size walls there, and then knock out this back side, add a lintel in its place, and there we go. I think this looks quite a bit nicer, and now there's not like a random just single wall over here up against the exterior wall. But now I got to go through and lay some more brick again. All right, I am finally finished laying all that brick. Part of me really does want to also maybe panel these in brick. I don't know. Too many decisions, dude. Too many decisions. But for right now, I think things are looking pretty good in here. I do think we're going to have to wait on figuring out what sort of floor we want to do in here. And I just realized this is actually a dirt floor. The whole time, this floor has been nothing but dirt, dude. I actually can't believe that. Genuinely can't believe that. But I think we're gonna have to wait on the floors until we figure out which sort of wood type we're gonna be using for the tables, the chairs, the floor molding, and whatnot. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually where we're gonna wind down this episode at for today. But once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.